Done. Yeah, we can start.
Welcome everyone to the finale of Aussizz. My name is Smit Patel. I'm the Director and Registered Migration Agent of Aussizz Macquarie Park, coming live to you from Sydney, NSW. So we'll start the live session and we'll wait for a few more people to join in once everyone gets joined so that everyone's question gets benefit to other person. So we'll wait for everyone to join and then we'll start the session. So let's start, guys. So this is the final finale session of Aussizz. So we organize this Aussizz just to clear your queries. We come on live session so that we can answer your queries and you may get the information that you may have been waiting to know from the department side, from the immigration side. So to start with, I'll come up with the few updates that came up in the last few months from the department side. First, I would come up with the JRP program, the JRP updates. So with the job ready employment updates, there have been a major change that came up. That earlier KRA required a full working right visa to start JRP process. And that should be valid for 12 months, but TRA has removed that requirement and has introduced that you can do JRP on any visa that has work rights but not full working rights, basically, and you can complete your JRP program within 12 months full-time employment or part-time equivalent employment. So that's the major change, and that is a very relaxed requirement that has came up by the JRP, by the TRA assessing authority. Another recent change that has come up that has been TOEFL update, that effective from 26 July 2023, TOEFL IBT will no longer offer English language test for the purpose of immigration purpose of Australia until further notice. So we are yet to receive few updates from the department itself. But as of now, effective from 26 July 2023, TOEFL IBT will not be offering English language test for Australian visa purposes. To the another updates that recently have come up is 𝐸𝐻𝐴𝐵. So now many people have been applying for 𝐸𝐻𝐴𝐵 skills assessment. You may also fall into that particular occupation that whose skill assessment can be only done by 𝐸𝐻𝐴𝐵. And the good thing was you were able to apply. So earlier you were able to apply priority assessment anytime during the day. Then after 𝐸𝐻𝐴𝐵 changed to 9 AM, accepting only 25 applications. Then after again 𝐸𝐻𝐴𝐵 came up with the new requirements that only 52 applications will be accepted. Starting, they will only open priority processing portal at 9 o'clock in the morning, and you will only be able to apply only few applications per day as a priority processing. Now they have come up with the new requirements of 𝐸𝐻𝐴𝐵, that is the priority processing update, that is after 31st July 2023, the requirements of priority processing application will change. And that will be that if you have received an invitation from the Department of Home Affairs or any Department of Home Affairs which has an expiry date, so you can request for priority. Second, if your visa is expiring within 8 weeks of time, and if you are unable to obtain any other visa. If you are turning 33, 40, 45 within 8 weeks of time, your English test result, that is 𝐷ALS, PT, OET, expires within 8 weeks of time, or your partner skills assessment or English language test is expiring within 8 weeks of time. So if you think that you fall under these categories, your priority processing will most likely to get accepted prior to other applicants. It's not something that they have stopped accepting the priority processing, but they will not consider, so they will consider first above mentioned applicants, and then remaining allocations, they will look into the requirement, they will look into the documents. If they feel that yes, you meet the documentation requirements, criteria, and you have applied with the decision ready application, you have a very good chance of getting priority processing. So priority processing is only for professional occupation, not trade occupation, just if you are applying under priority processing from Aussizz. Another major update that has came up with the new financial year started, that was 485 extension. Now, what was the update? As you may all aware, that department has provided 2 years extension that have been a very helpful, fruitful result for many applicants who have studied bachelor's or master's. So if you have studied bachelor's or master's, and if you are currently holding temporary graduate visa under post-study work stream, and if you think that your CRICO score fall into that eligible qualification list, you are eligible for 485 extension visa. Now that visa starts from the current expiry of your 485, and it will extend it to further 2 years. So that way you have 2 years extension. You can prepare yourself for your permanent residency, and also you get time to meet the requirement of other states, or wherever wherever you are residing. You can try to apply for 190, 189, or 491, or for that matter, if you are lacking few months to apply for employer sponsorship, you are still be eligible for that. So what happened if you are not eligible for 485 extension, but you still currently holding 485 visa? So if you are currently holding 485 post-study work stream visa, but you are not eligible for 485 extension, you can still apply. And if your visa is about to expire within 90 days of time, you are still eligible for 408 COVID visa. So COVID-19 pandemic event. You can still be able to get 2 years of 408. The only condition is that you have to keep working. You have to be employed with your employer. You may change your employment. So we had done conclave sessions where we explained how the condition 8107 is no longer valid for 408. So these are a few requirements that has came up. We'll shortly be answering all your queries once I complete the updates. You feel free to drop your any questions in the comment section, and once I complete with the updates, I will answer your queries. So today also we have received one update that department has updated their global processing time, and you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook to know more about that. Let's start with the questions. So Sai is asking, what are my chances for civil engineering with 75 points, including 190 for NSW and also 491 for NSW, and I have lodged EOI in June 2023. How much could be the wait time for receiving invitation? Now, Sai, basically for that we are currently awaiting for. So most of the states are closed at the moment. Only Tasmania and ACT are currently open, and we are still awaiting for new requirements from NSW side. So 75 points is not bad, but I wouldn't say it's too good. So basically, if you are lacking with PT score or NATI, I would advise that complete your PT, get 𝐬𝐳 bands and NATI, so that you can increase score and be above the you can go on top of your points table, which increases your chances for that. We have, and how much could be the wait time for receiving invitation? So with the invitation, NSW have always been unpredictable. So what NSW does is they usually invite IT occupation straight, engineering occupation straight, then trade occupation straight. We have to wait for the further information or new invitation rounds. Once that announced, we'll get the proper idea that how many invitations or how many the threshold points they are inviting for civil engineering. What are the chances for getting PR for marketing specialists with 75 points? So the chances are pretty good. Again, 75, I wouldn't say too low score, too high score. Yes, but again, if you complete your PT, NATI, if you are working, if you complete 1 year of work experience, then still you get 5 points of 1 year of experience. I have 90 points. So Umair is asking, I have 90 points, chances of getting 189 as software engineering. So Umair, basically, we have been receiving the news that 189 point test advice are going to get changed. So they might introduce new way of invitation rounds, or they might introduce the further stream. So if you are working in your field, you have a better chance. If you are not working, there is a chances the priority will not be, you won't be able to get priority if you are not working in your field. So I would say if you have 90 points, if you are not working in your field, start looking for a job. It's very important. So coming years, what I feel is that department will gonna focus on skilled migrants. And what is skilled migrants? So if you are working in your field and if you have skill assessment in your nominated occupation, they will most likely be able to invite you on a priority basis comparing to the applicants who are not working in the field. So any of you guys, if you are not working in your field, this is the right time to start looking for the job in your field, because there is a good chance that priority can be provided to the applicants who are working. So, and there could be a possibility as well that department may not, your points does not really matter in near future. However, your work experience really matters. And if you're working, great. So Maninder is asking, what are my chances for motor mechanic with 70 points for 189, 75 for 190? When can we expect 189 round? So Maninder, as you may aware that, so you are with the trade occupation, it has been really good. And last financial year, we have received trade occupations such as chef, motor mechanic at 65 points, which is really good. But now with the new updates, like I said, 189, they are going to change point test advice, 190 NSW coming up with the new requirements. So we have to wait for the first invitation round to happen. We can expect the invitation round in between of August to October, but yes, without the update from the department itself, we are unaware that when they are going to actually release the 189 invitation. Earlier, it used to be on quarterly basis, but now it has been, we are still wondering what are the changes coming in with the 189 invitation rounds. When can we expect allocations for 23-24? Chetana, I would say that we can expect within few weeks, by mid-August or by end of August. We are expecting it to be announced pretty much soon. I'm with 485 visa and it expires on 15th of September. My visa 485 was for 2 years duration. I can still apply for 1 year extension. Is that right? So basically we have to look into the requirements. 1 year extension is for those who during your 485 duration on a post-study work stream, if you reside in a regional area and if you work, study, and like basically if your usual residency is in regional Australia, then you are eligible for 1 year extension. But I would say look for your CRI-course registered course. If you are unable to do so, you can contact us. One of our agents can assist you to find whether you are eligible for another 2 years if you have done bachelor's or master's. And if you have done diploma certificate level course, and if you are residing in regional area, I think you may get eligible, but for that, you can contact your nearest Aussizz and we can assist you further. Sai is asking, with the new financial year already started, when do you think they can announce first round? Sai, like I said, August to September or October, we never know. Like last year, I believe that it happened in end of August or September. So pretty much close to that. Edward is asking, I got close score to get superior English level for ICT business analyst. Should I retake to get higher points or should I just try to submit my UI? Now with the superior score, guys, I would like to inform you everyone. So with the superior score in PT, I would advise everyone, if you are very close or if you are lacking with 3 or 4 mark, or if you are 3 or 4 point score, or if you are lacking with even just to get score in one module and you are getting in every module, do not stop trying, because the day you stop trying, there could be possibility that within next 2 to 3 tries, you can get your PT score. So I have seen people who have, by trying 2 to 3 times or 4 times, they stop and they do not carry on their effort to get PT score of each superior English. Now what it makes is, you might have received, if you would have tried to, going for exam for another 2 or 3 times, you may have, received the desired score. But when you stop working on it, you are, losing 10 points, which is very major points. So I would definitely suggest that do not stop trying. If you are very close, try. Like I would say, just book it within a week or 2, and I can bet you that you will receive the desired score. And I wish you the best, Edward. I hope you receive the score. How much was the cutoff? So Sai is asking, so how much was the cutoff points for civil engineering in the last recent round? So I can actually check, just give me 1 second. For the last invitation round that happened on 8th of December. So that had, so for 189, it was 85 points, and that was constant for basically Sai. So that was constant for even 190 as well. So 85, 90, there was constant invitation, threshold points for civil engineering. But at 8th of December 2022 round that happened for 189, there was the biggest round for 189, and that's where we received at 85 points. So I would say keep trying for PT score and NATI. Good. Yes, so that's what I'm telling, that if you are trying for PT, do not stop trying. So just keep working hard. If you do not receive on first try, go on second try. If you do not receive on second try, go on third try, but do not stop it. 20 points are really important when it comes to an invitation. You can just lose it just for 10 points. So do not just wait around. Apply for, get it done as soon as possible. And again, guys, department is giving the leverage of 5 years of TR. Do not just, so try to find a job in your relevant nominated occupation, because with the 5 years of TR, what happens is people usually get relaxed and they do not actually try to get permanent residency and thinking that, okay, we have 5 years of TR, we won't work in, and, I would receive it within 5 years. Department itself will come and give me permanent residency. That's not the case. You have to work hard. If department is giving you 5 years of PR, that means department is coming up with very surprising requirement that you may not be aware of. So be ready to find a job in your field. Yes, I 85 points for 491. Feel free to drop me. Yes, we have received a new question. Teddy is asking for 485 extension, visa expired March 2025. If I apply for extension tomorrow, do I get extra 2 years until March 2027? Yes, Teddy. So like I said, when you apply, even if you apply today, you will receive a new grant letter, which will be expiring in March 2027. So your current grant letter will be gone and new grant letter will be showing that your 485 is there until March 2027. So it does not just from the day you apply, it does not start from that. It starts from your end of your current 485 visa. So Jatin is asking, what about telecommunication network planner with 65 points? Jatin, we have received invitation at 65 points for 189 for the round happened for 8 December 2022. So I wouldn't say that's bad, but I wouldn't say that you should just wait at 65 points. Like I mentioned, if department come up with any new surprises, you wouldn't have anywhere to go. So it's better to always have a higher score rather than just to wait at the very threshold level, because threshold level is not the right point where you would actually wait for your invitation. If you are at 75 points, you would actually cross many people and you will be standing ahead of everyone. So it's always better to score high and try as many points you can achieve during your 485 or any other visa you are on, so that you can actually receive an invitation prior to everyone else. For 491 NSW, it will be good. So last year, Sai, what happened was for NSW, 491 was pretty much very simple yet, but complicated. So not complicated, I would say, but there were two requirements, pathway 1 and 2. Pathway 1 required if you are working in your nominated occupation for 1 year continuously, and if you are living in regional, you can apply for 491. And there was another pathway where you are currently residing anywhere in NSW for minimum 3 months of time. You may get eligible to apply for, all the RDS. So, and for 491 point really does not matter. 491, it's really, what really matters is that you meet the requirement. If you meet the requirement, pretty much, there is a short plan that you may receive the invitation. Vaibhav Patel is asking, what about 75 points with developer programmer with 1 year of experience? I would say that that's less. So for developer programmer, analyst programmer, software engineers, they received an invitation at 85 or 90 for 189. For 190 NSW, they invited at 95 points. So pretty much you have a very long way to go, Weber. But still, I would, if you have not, so with the 75 points, I'm not aware if you have cleared your PT exam, English test exam, or NATI. If you haven't, please go with that and complete your, get your desired score to increase your points. So if you are working and if you have 85 points, believe me, you have a very good chance. And if you also, I would say that look for any other occupations as well. It's not just developer programmer. You may get eligible for another occupation. So you can consult us and we can see with your experience where we can apply for your another skills assessment. Teddy is asking, any chance for 190 for community worker with 65 point, including state in Victoria? So Teddy, yes, there is. So community worker is one of the good occupation that we have seen in last couple of years, and people have received at 65 points, especially in NSW. It has been very booming occupation. So I would say yes, there is a good chance, but I have never advised my clients to be at 65. So always go on top just to clear your all the traffic and you be on top. So whenever there is an invitation round, you get considered on top of everyone, and you just don't wait around at 65 points. Dishant is asking when the new rules are coming. Again, Dishant, new rules for NSW can be announced shortly. For South Australia, they have mentioned that they will be updating their requirements pretty much very soon, but we are still awaiting for their requirements. And I recently checked their website and they have not updated the list. But yes, South Australia has also mentioned that there will not be much of change coming in compared to the last year requirements. There will be, but not drastic change. Priti Patel is asking, what about no experience in network and systems engineer with 75 points for 189? So Priti, basically there have been no such requirement for experience in 189 recently. But like I said, we can expect certain surprises from the department that they may introduce strings where if you are working in your field, you may receive 75 points. You may receive the invitation at low score or high score. But again, 75 points with no experience, I wouldn't say it's great. So you should try looking for a job, look for any other, even you can look for Victoria for that matter. You can, last year requirement for Victoria was that if you are working in a skill level, you are still eligible. So if you have computer network and systems engineer assessment, if you're working as a chef, you still be considered for 190. So I would say look for a job in Victoria, or if you are in NSW, increase your points, because NSW have been always about points, experiences, English core requirements. So yes, that's pretty much, I would advise you to do that. So Jatin is asking, I have 80 points for 491 in Queensland, same occupation in telecommunication network planner. Jatin, so we have to look. So it's not about points when it comes to 491 or 190 when it comes to other states, unlike NSW. So NSW always focus on points, but other states focus, such as South Australia, take foreign matter. So if you meet the requirement, the work experience requirement of South Australia, and if you are at 65 points, you are still be eligible for 190, and they will give you 190. So when it comes to such states, it's always important that you meet the requirement of their work experience in your nominated occupation, their residence requirement, or any requirement, whatever the new requirement that comes up. So if you have any doubt that you are meeting or not, you can definitely contact us and we shall be able to assist you further. Farhan, so I got release letter and my COE got cancelled. Now within 10 days, I got another COE in same AQF level. Will it create any problem? My COE got cancelled. Now within the 10 days, I got another COE, the same AQF level. Basically, if you have received, if it got cancelled and if you have received another COE with the same AQF level, that should be fine basically. But I would still suggest that because we need to look into the prior requirements, what when it got cancelled and when did you receive, on what course did you receive. Yes, if we look into the entire case, we will be able to answer you in a proper way. So you can contact us and we will be able to assist you further. Dini is saying, when is Western Australia invitation round? So Western Australia invitation round, earlier they announced that every first week of every month they will release the invitations, but again right now it's closed, and we have not received any update from the Western Australia that with the new requirements when they will start the invitation round, what new requirements would be. So yes, we'll wait for that. Darshan is asking, what about 186 employer sponsored visa onshore? Yes, so 186, so Darshan, I would say that if you have any detailed query, I would say put in that, because 186 sponsored visa are still there. If you meet the requirement, if you have 3 years of full-time experience requirement, and if you have a skills assessment, you can apply for 186 direct entry. If not, then you can go on to TRT pathway, that is apply for 482 and then work for the employer for 2 or 3 years, and then be eligible for 186 TR testing. Mita is asking, any new changes in onshore partner visa process? So on with the partner visa process, there is no much changes. Yes, of course application fee has been increased. So with every new financial year, the prices gets increased. So it has been the most expensive visa for as of now, which costs around 8,000, more than 8,000. But with the requirements, there have been a similar requirement. But again, if you are applying for partner visa, make sure that you apply with the proper documentation, because many people take it for granted that partner visa is very easy visa to do, and we don't have to worry. If you're married to a citizen or permanent resident, you don't have to worry at all. It's not the case. It's actually the department actually goes into a very detailed check, and if you have provided any, it's better not to provide, like it's totally avoid and do not provide false or misleading information, because department may go to your workplace or your residence to double check whether you are actually you have actually provided right information or not. So Sahil is saying 60 points plus 5 points motor mechanic in Victoria. Any chances? Sahil, very good chances at 65 points. But again, you are at the threshold level where if you lose any 5 points because of age or anything, you will lose the opportunity. So avoid that situation. Rather try to increase points for Victoria anyway. Victoria more focuses on your salary. If you have a good salary, annual salary, then your chances gets pretty much high. Sai saying, I meet the requirement for pathway 2 for NSW. How do I apply through RDA? Sai, right now RDA is closed, so you cannot apply as of now. Let's let the NSW open up their requirements and come up with the new requirements. If you still meet if you think that if you still meet the requirement, you can contact us and we can help you to apply for pathway 2 or whatever the new string comes up for 491. Dennis saying, can we apply 408 extension? Mine finishing, my 408 finishing December. So Denny, basically, if your visa is expiring in 90 days of time, then you are eligible to apply for 485 extension as well. So you can reapply 485 extension, that's fine. But you need to be working, you need to have a job offer, or that's pretty much. And when you apply also, you have to keep working. So you don't actually stop working after making the application. Can you apply for subclass 407 second time after first one is expired? So yes, if your employer is happy to sponsor you again, then why not? I'm doing masters in biotechnology. Should I change the course or stick with it? Any suggestion? With the masters of biotechnology, I would say keep doing what you are doing. But with the skills assessment, it's always because you are doing biotechnology, and to get your skills assessment, it will be done by VETASYS, and the VETASYS only requirement would be having 1 year of your relevant work experience. So if you think that you can get your job in your field and you can complete 1 year after your qualification, it's better to do masters of biotechnology. But if you still want to change your course, feel free to contact us. We'll help you to change your course as well. When 190 Victoria invitation coming? The requirements are not out yet. So once the requirement will be out, they will assess the new application will go through. There have been previous ROIs already lodged, so they might consider that ROIs, previously lodged ROIs, and they will introduce the new way of application or new requirements. So if you think that if you meet that requirement, then yes, make the application as soon as Victoria gets open. Is direct entry 186 do we need to show 70K? Yes. So T-Smith level, which is 70,000, you can show that, or market salary, annual market salary rate. So if the market salary rate for certain occupation is higher than 70,000, you cannot show that, okay, I'm getting 70,000. You have to show for certain occupation as per the market salary. Ted is asking that, can I register 491 in EOI? Can I register 491 in EOI if I currently live Metro Melbourne? If got invite, do I need proof of living regional before lodging 491? Terry, I'm not getting your question. Are you asking that can you lodge 491 EOI even if you are currently live in a metro Melbourne? Terry, so right now, so earlier when Victoria started, if I understood your question right, let me know if I'm wrong as well. But if earlier when Victoria opened, then Victoria wanted you to reside in regional area and also work in regional area. But later on they made changes, and now we are expecting a change as well. So with the new EOIs, there is no point of lodging EOI for 491 from now. Wait for the Victoria to open it, because Victoria does not really, Victoria will not take into consideration of your date of lodgement of your EOI. Rather, they would actually look into whether you meet the requirement or not. So if you think that you meet the requirement, yes, of course, you can lodge 491 EOI at the same time of 190, but you can only lodge 190 or 491 ROI. Like you can only make one application, either 190 or 491. Feel free to drop your question, guys. So you never know, there is no right or wrong questions. And somebody can get benefit from your own question as well. So yes, we have one more question. Ahmed, can I work in Western Australia? I already applied for 491 in NSW. Can I work in Western Australia? So if you have applied for 491 in NSW, Ahmed, I'm not getting the, so basically, are you residing in NSW or Western Australia? So Western Australia had previously, what I would say is Western Australia had 3 streams. So if you're living in Western Australia, living in other states, or living offshore. So if you are residing in Western Australia, then you won't be eligible for NSW at all. If you are residing in NSW, you can be eligible for Western Australia, but you won't be given priority for the invitation. So just make sure of that requirement. So guys, last few minutes for this live session. Dini, no. So Dini is asking, can I apply 491 NSW from Melbourne? The answer would be no. You have to reside. So NSW requirement is that you need to reside in NSW for either 3 months for 491 or 6 months for 190. And if you are residing in Melbourne, then you are only eligible in Melbourne as of now, unless you are meeting other requirement of further states. We can look into it. So you can contact your nearest Aussizz, or even we can assist you. 𝐤𝐴𝐺𝐿, thank you. All right, guys. We have received 2-3 more questions. Ahmed is asking, actually, I applied in NSW 491 waiting for the grant, but I want to move Western Australia and work there till I don't get 491 grant. Currently, I'm in NSW. So if you have applied for 491 waiting for the grant, so basically what happens is it's a moral obligation towards the state. If you have received your 491 invitation from that particular state, I would definitely advise to reside in that state. You can actually get a permission from the state itself that if you want to move it. But there is no legal requirements, but I would still suggest that, okay, if you have a valid point that if you are receiving a good salary or any good future aspect in Western Australia, contact the NSW state itself and you can get the permission from them. 190, how long 190 is taking? Kirandeep, are you talking about the grant or invitations? Kopila is asking, when will be the seats allocated? Any idea? Kopila, I would say wait for few weeks until end of August, I would say. We can expect an announcement from the department itself, even for 189 or 190. Tina, hi, how long should we approximately wait for Victoria to open ROI registration? Tina, Victoria should open their requirements pretty much very soon. So all state except ACT and Tasmania are closed. So as of now, they have not provided any information when they are going to open their ROI registrations. But we can expect by June, so July end is already there. So August or end of August. So if you have, Kirandeep, if you have applied in April, I would say 190 grants are taking a little bit long time. Departments are running delay. So even though if you see the grant, so it's funny that department put down that 75% application gets processed in few days or few months, but still they are taking a lot of time in processing applications. So department is currently not, I don't know whether they are not coping up with the applications or they are not providing the grants, but yes, they have been taking a lot of time with these applications and all. And Kopila is saying, I'm living in Outer Regional Adelaide for 4 months now, working in aged care. Will the requirements will be 6 months or they will increase this year? So Kopila, like I said, South Australia has announced that they are not making a lot of major change. So if even they come up with the new requirements that you can find, they might go with 6 months or 8 months or 12 months, but I don't think so. They are working on a major change for their own, for 190 or 491. So you can be relaxed. Outer regional requirement will be there. So yes, keep working. I would say you are very close. So don't lose hope. So you will get the invitations shortly. All right, guys. So we are wrapping up. It was very lovely to interact with you guys. Thank you so much for joining and attending the live session. We usually organize this to share the informative information or the new updates coming from the department. So keep following us on Instagram, any social media page, which can help you to gain more information from our side. And if you require any assistance for any visa, partner, visitor, skill migration, anything, we are there to assist you. You can contact your nearest Aussizz branch and any of our migration agent and education consultant will be able to assist you further. Thank you so much, guys. I'm signing off. Smit Patel, Director and Registered Migration Agent from Aussizz Macquarie.